the WrestleGeddon Podcast. For over 3 years, the best of the worst wrestling podcast.
I thought he was a Chiefs fan.
He used to he used to play for the Colts because he knows Pat McAfee.
Yeah.
Pat McAfee did a lot for his career. Well, I mean, Pat McAfee did a lot for a lot of people, but
Oh, maybe you just got invited to the game and just decided to go.
Yeah, but how do you know in the box with Taylor Swift, Chris?
yeah, he was like in Taylor Swift's box.
I know. I saw the pictures.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm sure
they're like me, like in the picture with like one fucking like I don't know, like George W. Bush or something, and then you're like, how did fucking Carl end up in the fucking box with fucking George W. Bush? They have nothing in common.
I'm sure Baron Corbin wasn't the only one that got in Taylor's box that night. Oh.
There was a TikTok I saw. It was like it's like two little kids and like this might asking them like it's like an interview, and they asked like a little girl and a little boy, and they're like, "What would you ask Taylor Swift if you could ask her anything right now?" And the little girl's like, "I'd ask her what's her favorite song she wrote," and then they asked the little boy, and he's like, "I'd ask her how is Travis Kelce."
Oh, awesome. On that note, fans, welcome to another edition of the WrestleGeddon Podcast. Of course, I'm one of your three hosts, Chris the Heat Matthews, joined each and every other week by your other two hosts, Garrett G. Money Munn, and His Holiness, the Tennessee Jesus, Carl Crossland. Fellas, how the hell are you this week?
We've been great, man. We actually been to Canada.
You went to Canada, huh?
Yeah. Garrett is actually a huge fan of Canadian bacon, so he wanted to get some.
I thought you were gonna say like the movie Canadian Bacon.
No, like the stuff that you put on pizza and call it ham with pineapple. Yeah. Yep. So we drove up to Canada last week in his Ford Taurus. It was pretty cool.
Nice.
It was until we got attacked by a moose. It actually fucking flipped Ford Taurus, and me and him had to run out by foot to get away from it. But it was a good time.
The moose wanted some of that bacon too.
Hell yeah!
Stop trying to smuggle Canadian bacon over the border, Garrett.
Don't worry about it.
Well, we actually didn't get any Canadian bacon, but we did get a bunch of maple syrup. It was
all right.
Good time.
So random. Just like our random band entrance theme this week. Shawn Mendes. Listening to this, I think we should have stuck with Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Young.
So they only had one album, I think, or two.
I know.
Like Crosby, Stills, and Nash had a bunch of albums, but with Young in there, it was like.
Awesome. But yeah, so who wants to go first on this one?
I'll go first, so y'all can't steal mine.
Okay.
And I'm actually gonna be wrestling in the women's division, and I'm coming out to Senorita.
Nice.
You son of a bitch! I had a completely different gimmick with it, which was sad.
Well, that's why I'm coming out first. That's why I went first, dude. Just volunteered.
Sack of shit. Well, I didn't come up with a backup, so give me a second.
Well, I'll give you mine while you find a backup. I picked In My Blood.
In His Blood. Sounds like a Christmas hymn.
Oh shit. So the Bloodline was beating down Orton. Styles
Any of that.
and LA
Gotta catch
Knight
any of
came
that.
out.
It's okay.
Yeah, LA Knight came out first.
Y'all hear me now?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I said I'm gonna come out to Mercy and have a James Ellsworth character and tell everybody to have mercy on me.
Nice.
And actually, that's actually a good segue. Because the random band for next week is The Offspring.
Awesome. I can think of a
The
couple
Offspring.
songs.
Yeah. James Ellsworth came out to, I think you're going to go Far Kid, if I'm not mistaken. Or something like that. He came out to some Offspring song when he was at the Big Time Wrestling thing.
Big Time Wrestling.
Yeah.
I was saying, like, Styles came out, made the save for the Bloodline beatdown, and then ended up dropping LA Knight. And then walked out.
That's good. So a good time to be a wrestling fan. Because this is like the first time in a long time that there's like so many options available in WWE. There's like more than one guy. You know what I mean? Like it's exciting.
Yeah. Absolutely. At least they're doing something right. We'll talk about that in a little bit here when we get into the instant replay. Random band next week, Offspring. Let's hop over to the Elite Figure of the Week, which is one of my favorite female wrestlers.
I think Chris went to sleep.
I'll go to sleep. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. Just froze on there for a second. But yeah, one of my favorite female wrestlers, and of course from my hometown, Elmira, New York, the one and only, the Glamazon, Beth Phoenix. They're awesome. Royal Rumble figure that comes with the pieces, the torso to build Virgil.
I have like a real small screen on my end, and so when you held it up, I also was like the hair, and I thought it was Rockin' Robin. I was like, is he calling her Rockin' Robin?
They haven't made a Rockin' Robin. I'm kind of surprised they haven't.
Ain't she like Jake the Snake's sister or something, right?
Yeah. Yep. There we go. Oh, they got like the freaking little zip tie things on here. Eat that shit. There we go. No one gives a shit about Virgil's torso. All right, this is, of course, from the Royal Rumble where she teamed with Edge to take on Miz and Maurice. That nice, I don't know if it's like Bull Nakano or no, I think it's Luna tribute there with the hair and the makeup. So it's pretty cool. It was the only I've seen this figure once, and obviously I bought it. Have not seen it since.
When you say Edge, you mean Adam Copeland from AEW?
Yeah. AEW's Adam Copeland. Pretty cool. Add that to the Beth Phoenix shelf. What's up, everybody? This is Chris from the WrestleGeddon podcast. We're about to try some Dubby Jitterless Energy. So I got this one here, which is the Dragonade. So we're going to try that out. We got our little mixer here. Getting ready to roll. So, all right, we got our packet open. Dump that powder in there. Dump in the water. Bam. Here we go. All right, here we go. Going to this little taste test here. Don't mind the hair. It's first thing in the morning. Here we go. That's pretty good. That is really good. to the Dubby energy drink taste test earlier this morning. I got to say, it's definitely better than some of the other energy drinks that I've drank in the past. And they usually do like Ghost or Bang, like true to word, like energized, focused. It's just amazing. So definitely check it out. Hit up Dubby's website. It'll be a link down here in the bottom, and use code WrestleGeddon, and you can save 10% off your order. Right. Awesome. Cool. Good stuff. Let's head over to the instant replay, of course, which is sponsored by Dubby Energy. Go ahead and head over to dubby.gg. I do this every freaking time. And use the code WrestleGeddon and save yourself 10% at checkout.
Yep. It's getting close to Christmas. You're going to need that Debbie to keep you energized so you can stay up and build fucking toys. My friend's little helpers that you are.
Just sit there with a half hour of sleep when after your kids come wake you up just to watch them play with the fucking box.
Yeah.
All right, awesome. All right, let's kick it off here with some Impact Wrestling news, which will be TNA here in a month. Kushida has signed with TNA.
I like it.
I'm psyched about that. I love Kushida. Kushida's awesome. So.
Heck yeah.
So that's not even the biggest news coming out of TNA this week. TNA actually inked a deal with Endeavor for TNA Plus or Impact Plus, which of course will turn to TNA Plus in January on Endeavor's streaming service. So it's pretty big news there for TNA. Which brings me to the question of how long till we see WWE, of course. Well, we kind of know the answer to that. It's whenever their contract expires with Peacock, but it's definitely got to be a better interface than what Peacock is.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't necessarily know that WWE goes to Endeavor though.
For their streaming service.
Yeah.
Well, that just makes sense because it's like the parent company or the company.
I mean, it's the parent. It's the parent company, but you gotta remember they're trying to make money, and now I feel like Amazon or of course Paramount would be in there, and you have Peacock. I think they all would throw money at you. I mean, fingers crossed, but I think like you see WWE stay on the streaming service.
Yeah, I wouldn't be mad with them going to Amazon or even like Disney Plus or ESPN Plus or whatever. Better interfaces than what Peacock has. And I think they'll probably make it better as far as like searching stuff and finding things and having things correctly labeled. So
yeah. I think if it goes to Disney though, it gets edited like more than what it is.
Yeah.
Especially like in the Attitude Era stuff.
Yep. I mean, we already lost the nation domination.
It's like, why is this pay-per-view only an hour long? Right.
I like saying we lost the DX Nation skit. That they took that off because of the blackface. They edited out a WrestleMania match with Mickey and Trish, where Mickey stuck her hand in Trish's crotch to block the Stratisfaction. So it just goes right to a crowd shot instead of the actual sequence in that match. So. But you can still find it on YouTube.
Yeah. Or although like Brian Penny's mentioned stuff there.
I don't know. I haven't checked that.
I haven't like looked for him or anything like that.
I'm sure you could just go in the search engine and just type in bra/Penny.
No,
you'll have a laundry list.
You could not.
If it was like the WWE app, like the old school, like the best fucking streaming service, it'd be good.
Yeah, you can't even type in fucking anybody and get anything on fucking Peacock.
Yeah, it's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, Peacock's garbage.
But yeah,
I mean, I like it. I like it as far as like TV shows and like movies. It's fine. Like I watch stuff up there, and even the live, like the live is not that bad. But it's just like going back and watching old pay-per-views, like it freezes or crashes or hard to search because you.
And even on that too, like
season.
if you're looking for a specific SummerSlam, you have to scroll through the whole damn thing just to find it because it's not listed as like SummerSlam 89, SummerSlam 90. It's like SummerSlam season 1, season 2, season 3.
Yeah.
So it's fucking ridiculous. I definitely like the WWE Network better, where I can type in like the Hurricane and anything that has the Hurricane in it comes up. Oh, it's dumb.
Yeah. Or you could watch one match if you didn't want to watch the whole damn thing.
Yeah. Oh, awesome. All right. Speaking of WWE, apparently the talks between WWE and Warner Brothers Discovery have kicked back up after Punk's return. So apparently they had a meeting Monday morning, and Punk was the topic of conversation and the focus of their sales pitch. Oh. Again, what do you do if you're AEW and your channel, the channel that airs your programming that you have a contract with, is shopping around for another wrestling program?
You go adrenaline in control.
Something, Cody Rhodes.
We miss Cody Rhodes. The company ran better when he was there.
Oh, ain't that the truth? But on the side of that too, they talk, AEW's like, oh, ratings don't matter, blah, blah, blah. Like they're happy with the product and, the ratings that we are getting, blah, blah, blah. But if that's the case, then why are they trying to pull Raw to TNT?
Yeah. I mean, the only thing that's keeping AEW alive right now, and I was talking to Garrett about this the other day, is the pay-per-views. Like,
yeah.
And it's because, like, Tony Khan, and this is how he books it. Tony Khan, like, books matches like you want to see. Like, he books good matches. Like, we can see that in pay-per-views. The thing is like, how do you get to that match? He has no storytelling like capabilities.
Yeah, he just doesn't understand how to get from A to Z.
Yeah.
I mean, that's something we talked about too. If you go back a few weeks in our archives, we had like a whole deep dive on AEW, and that's like one of the big points that we brought up is the storytelling aspect of it, and not leaning on these characters or these people that you have in this company that come from the biggest sports entertainment or the biggest professional wrestling company in the world that uses storylines and has it mastered to the point where, hey, these two guys are going to wrestle. This is why they're wrestling. This is why they're pissed at each other. And then it's going to end here. AEW doesn't do that very often or consistently.
Nope. It's like, we're going to give you a match you really want to see, but it's like a Continental Classic. It's not a storyline.
And, that's the thing too, is like AEW, their pay-per-views are great. They just don't capitalize on that momentum. It's like it just drops like immediately on the next show. Because
you know that it's not going to be good.
Yep.
So you don't tune in you're just like, oh, when's the next pay-per-view? Because I'm going to see something that I want to see.
And that's the thing, WWE capitalized on that, because you look at Punk's return at Survivor Series. Every single show that he was on post Survivor Series, the ratings spiked. Because like, oh shit, Punk's definitely gonna be on Raw. We gotta watch Raw. What's he gonna say? Oh shit, they advertised Punk for SmackDown. What's he gonna say on SmackDown? Like, what's what's going to happen.
And it keeps you guessing too. Like you don't know what is going on. It's not predictable.
And even that same aspect, they're leaning into, Punk being, not welcome in the locker room, and they're going into that whole thing, and the issues between him and Rollins, which is the shit that AEW, like Tony Khan, cannot get them to do with the Bucks and Omega and Hangman and all them, to just be professional, work together, make money, draw ratings, draw a bigger crowd base. Instead, they just want to take their little elite balls and go home.
Yep.
Oh, man, it's just ridiculous. But in that same aspect too, AEW reported a loss of $34 million year to date.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's a lot of money.
Yep. I mean, look at their ticket sales. They're only selling tickets for half an arena. Yeah. So even when for the fuck's that pay-per-view? Revolution? The one that's coming up, Sting's last match, Revolution. Like even the pre-sale, like when I was looking at them like SeatGeek after like the pre-sale went live, like they didn't sell tickets in specific areas, in specific parts of that arena. And when you looked at what was left for the pre-sale, it was only like the upper level on the camera side, or opposite hard camera side, like where you would actually be sitting on TV. And that's the same thing that they've been doing with the arenas. Like they just need to run smaller arenas if they're not going to sell tickets for the entire arena. Like, yeah, WWE blocks off where the hard camera and their production stuff is at on the, out on the arena floor, but it's only like maybe 5 or 6 sections, like 5 or 6 rows. It's not an entire ass section. I don't understand it. But the big thing was WWE and Warner Brothers Discovery to, and I think
what's good for us is we get cheap tickets to go see Sting. That's all that matters.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the tickets started at like $25, but they don't advertise that. They don't tell you, hey, tickets starting at $25. They don't tell you that. So why would you not advertise that in your advertising for that show? Whereas you look at WWE's advertising, tickets start at $10. Tickets start at $15.
It's Sting.
It's Sting.
Well, the funny thing is you have Raw in Raleigh on the 11th?
13th, I think?
The 13th,
11th? Yeah, one of the
11th
two.
or 13th, one of those. It's like a week later. And I guarantee you that's going to sell out.
Oh, absolutely.
In Greensboro or Raleigh?
Raleigh.
Oh, okay.
Because when we went to SmackDown, that arena was pretty packed.
Yeah.
Like I don't remember seeing like any like really empty sections at all.
No, it was pretty packed. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's like any event, they have like behind the screen and everything blocked off and stuff. But that's pretty typical. But I mean, it was pretty credit for like a non-Roman Reigns SmackDown show.
Yeah. Yep. So yeah, because we didn't have Roman on there. It was we didn't have. I think the only one we had on there was Jay.
Yeah, you had Jay. So Solo might have been there. Can't remember. But
yeah, Solo was there because you were cheering for Solo.
But they did have like a pretty big dark match show. They had Damian Priest and Cody Rhodes. So.
Yep. I think AEW they have a lot of stuff they need to work on, and like I said, we touched on that a few weeks ago with our deep dive into AEW and their shit they need to fix. Some other WWE news that happened to pop up here before we started recording. Liv Morgan arrested on possession of marijuana in the state of Florida, which is illegal still. So let's see what happens with that, because normally WWE's wellness policy, if they're actually arrested for possession, purchase, sale, or distribution of drugs, will be in material breach of their contract with WWE and subject to immediate dismissal. But WWE actually, their wellness policy, they don't test for THC anymore.
Yeah, I mean, if WWE lets her go for weed, I mean, like, they're athletes that are fucking taking a beating fucking night after night. You know, I would much rather them smoke weed than to fucking be on some kind of painkillers prescribed by a doctor.
Absolutely. And the thing with that too is, like, she probably got it like on tour somewhere where it was legal. Like, maybe she got it in New York State. It's legal in New York State, and she just happened to, bring it back with her. So, I mean, it could have been one of those things. Like, we don't know where she got it from. So,
yeah. Shame on you, Florida, too, for, like, I can't say that. We live in a state where it's illegal, and they try to make CBD illegal. But, I mean, at this point, like, all the bad made-up shit that they made up in the 70s when they made it illegal, or 60s, I can't remember.
We were still doing that shit when we were kids.
Yeah, it's like, it doesn't fry your brain cells. If it did, Snoop Dogg wouldn't be able to articulate a conversation. Like,
yeah,
everything. Willie Nelson, would stutter
died years ago.
Yeah, he would have been dead a long time ago.
We know this. It's a lot healthier for you than taking opioids.
Yeah.
It's less addictive.
I mean, in all honesty, have you ever heard of anybody like dying from weed? Like,
no,
or like something stupid, like getting in a car wreck because they're high on marijuana. Like, how many people are leaving their couch after they toke up?
I'm not gonna lie though. I have been like, like people are like, yeah, you can't get too high. I got too high once on weed. It was actually probably like 2 summers ago or 3 summers ago. I tried a gas mask, so it's like like kind of like taking like a bong rip, but like all you can breathe is the fucking weed. And like the craziest thing was, like, I only took like 1 hit off of it. Like, it wasn't like I was like doing it all that. Dude, I was like high as hell. And what was crazy is, like, I was getting to the point where, like, I know I'm like too high or whatever, and like I sit down on the couch and like I'm laying there, and there's like a show on. It was talking about like kids being murdered. It was like one of those like true Hollywood stories or true crime stories or whatever, and some like kids being murdered. And I was like, not the babies. So I'm having a bad trip, and then it's like, I like started throwing up. I'm like, oh my god, like I've never like threw up off of weed. Like, it was crazy.
Oh man. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure she's not the only talent that's had weed on her and all that other stuff.
Yeah, no.
Like, especially since they stopped testing for THC. Because not everyone lives in Florida. Not everyone lives in New York. A lot of people live in California. Like, a lot of talent lives in California. A lot of talent lives, where places where marijuana is legal to purchase for recreational use. And I'm sure, they take it with them. So, I mean, it is what it is.
Especially when all the people in your companies had taken steroids before.
That is true.
Can't really say that.
That's the other thing too, is like the states that have legalized it have taxed the shit out of it, like they do with alcohol and tobacco. And you look at Minnesota, one of the first states that actually legalized recreational use marijuana. They eliminated their state's debt within 6 months from the taxes they got from the legalized marijuana purchases. So, I mean, it's more beneficial just to legalize it than it is to arrest people for having a fucking joint in their pocket. So,
Yeah.
Jeez. Fucking ridiculous anymore.
Yeah.
What else we got? I'm gonna skip over that one. NXT Deadline. Let's talk about that. What do you guys think?
I did not see Deadline.
Yeah.
I had sick kids, so
Oh, yeah,
I
that's
was
right.
sick kid.
It was good.
It was good. It was good.
It was.
I enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty good.
Yep. I mean, especially the men's eliminator match was awesome.
Oh,
Trick-
certainly like
Trick-
Breaker hit
Trick-
the damn ring and like took out everyone.
Yep, took out 3 guys, and then Trick with like a minute left, getting 4 wins. It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
What did Punk and Shawn Michaels do besides talk about Bret Hart?
That was pretty much it.
That was it. That was it.
Who won the women's Iron Survivor? That was Davenport, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
By the way, did you see Styles came back tonight, Chris?
Yeah, I just said talking about it earlier that he knocked out LA Knight after making the save from them getting beat down by the Bloodline.
Yep.
So is NXT back officially?
Man, it's a good ass pay per view. I have to say.
That was a good pay-per-view. NXT's been back for a while. Like the weekly shows, like when I'm able to watch it, have been really good. The pay-per-views have been phenomenal. Like over the last, like I'll probably say like 3-4 months, like when I've actually started watching, making an effort to actually watch the pay-per-views. But I haven't been disappointed. I think they finally got their groove back. I think a lot of it is once Vince and Kevin Dunn got their hands out of it and let Triple H and Michaels do what they do, and that's what it is. So.
Yep. Yeah, I mean the women's match was really good. What other matches were on there? I'm trying to think. Dragon Lee and Dominic was good. Which
I was very surprised. Very surprised they got that Dragon Lee got the win on that.
Well, the thing that kind of, I mean, I didn't really watch every single bit of Raw, but I don't really even remember them talking about it on Raw. Did they?
They made reference to Dominic losing the title.
That was it, right?
That was pretty much it. They didn't really go into detail on it.
So the thing I don't like about it is the fact that he like complained that there's no one from Judgment Day there. And then, like, there's no storyline out of that. So, like, what's even the point in even saying it?
I don't know. I think we'll probably get more. We'll probably get another match between them.
Probably. Yeah, probably. What other matches? I'm trying to think. There wasn't a tag team title match, was there?
Nope.
Interesting.
That's pretty much it. It was just the cage match.
Oh, yep. Forgot about the cage match,
which was pretty good too.
Yep. And then the men's title match, which was good.
Yep. Very solid pay-per-view.
Yeah. And then Mello and Lexus King.
Yeah, that was really good.
That was good. Yeah.
Which leads me into NXT Wednesday night between Dragunov and Trick, and then Mello hitting the ring and trying to blame Dragunov for attacking both of them.
Yeah, I'm curious. Like,
what the fuck?
I'm assuming
dude?
it's gonna end up being Mello, but I don't know.
I think that's what it's gonna be.
It would make sense.
As far as the picks go, Carl, you and I tied at 11. Garrett, you got 3.
Yeah, I got a lot. I got a lot wrong.
So there was that. We don't have any pay-per-views coming up. I think there's a Ring of Honor's final battle is tonight. So
Yeah, I saw that they're doing their like pre-show when I was looking through earlier.
I think they're doing the finals for the television title tonight. I think. I'm not 100% sure. I haven't really been following Ring of Honor too much. It says deadline. Let's get to the rest of the week here. Punk's promo last week on SmackDown, I think, was the promo that a lot of fans were looking for on Monday after Survivor Series, especially with a couple of the shots that he took when talking about, either partnering with Kevin Owens or fighting Kevin Owens. Yeah, like, who just punches people randomly in the locker room? Like, it's 2023. You can't be doing stuff like that. But going into that, and then coming out on Raw, then deciding, hey, I'm going to be on Raw, and then we get Punk and Rollins face to face, and then just those two going in on each other after Punk announces himself for the Royal Rumble.
Yes, and I came up with the perfect idea for the Royal Rumble.
Oh God,
right, Garrett?
Chris, make sure you're sitting down.
I am.
All right. So look, tell me that this wouldn't be the best ending to the Royal Rumble, because this would be something that no one would see coming, but I think everyone would be on board for it, right?
Yeah.
So Royal Rumble, you have 3 people left at the very end. You have Cody Rhodes, CM Punk, and Nakamura. Have Nakamura win over Cody and CM Punk, and have him go to WrestleMania for the world title against Roman Reigns.
No,
nobody would see it coming.
No,
nobody would see it coming.
So Chris, he told me that, and then I gave him one I thought was better, which was that the final 4, those 3, and then the 4th one is R-Truth, and he does this Santino Marella thing where he's like outside the match the whole time, and Nakamura thinks he wins, and then R-Truth actually like comes in and knocks him out, and then we get R-Truth versus Roman Reigns, and R-Truth dethrones Roman for the title. And then Carl came back and said that said an even better one. I have to say I'm surprised he didn't say this one first, because I thought it was even better. He said that like around like pick 20, there's just a white van that pops out, and nobody comes out the white van. It just sits there like most of the match until like the final 4, and then the door finally pops open, and it's Dominic Mysterio in his jail uniform, handcuffed.
Oh man, I honestly, if R-Truth won the Rumble, that crowd would go ape shit.
I know,
and then everybody would be bitching about it the next day.
And
then if he went on to main event Mania and beat Roman, like, the crowd would go ape shit, and then they'd bitch about it the next day.
I would be all for it.
I would love it. R-Truth is amazing. Like I said a couple weeks ago, R-Truth is a national treasure.
Yep.
Especially rolling up with his Judgment Day jacket last week.
Yeah. I looked up Ring of Honor Final Battle stuff. The Ring of Honor TV Championship final was tonight.
Okay.
I don't think you want to know who won, because I don't even know why they would have given him the title.
Shane Taylor?
No. Shane Taylor is wrestling Keith Lee.
Oh, I thought they were in the finals for it. Okay.
All right, I'll tell you all the participants. You ready?
Okay.
The participants are Dalton Castle, Commander, Kyle Fletcher, Lee Johnson, Lee Moriarty, and it was a to be determined. And the to be determined, hold on, let me get back down here, was Brian Keith. I don't know who that is.
I don't know who that is either.
You don't know Brian Keith?
No. Who they give it to? Commander?
No, they gave it to Kyle Fletcher.
Oh, Callis family. That's why, so they can further.
I know. Yeah. I just don't like Kyle Fletcher.
No,
but to be fair,
he's right up there. He's right up there with Nick Wayne.
Yeah, but him and with the guy that he tags with, they're good as a team. But like, I don't like him by himself. But I mean, that's ultimately part of what it is. Is they're like they don't know what to do with him because he's by himself now.
Yeah, they should have gave it to Dalton.
They should have, but it's all right.
Or they should have just did Keith Lee and Shane Taylor
for the title,
and had that been the finals match for the title. So it would have made more sense. So.
I will tell you guys that the Von Erichs wrestled on the pre-show.
That's because Rampage was taped. That's why. Yeah, because they just they tagged with Orange Cassidy. Oh, awesome! All right, Cody versus Nakamura, main event for Raw. How awesome was that?
It was awesome. Did y'all mention the Punk Rollins promo? Oh, I wasn't listening. I'm sorry.
That's how we got on the Royal Rumble.
Yep.
Gotcha. I wasn't listening. I was reading the results for Ring of Honor.
I kind of wish that was like a pay-per-view match instead of a Raw match, but it was good.
Yeah. Well, I think the problem with it is like, Cody's got to be in the Rumble. So how do you have him in a match? I mean, I know there's guys that have matches on the show and are in the Rumble.
Is there a pay-per-view between now and the Rumble?
I don't think so.
So we're not even getting that day one pay-per-view again?
I don't think so. Because they announced.
I mean, I'm not mad at that.
I think they announced because on Raw, I remember they announced Rollins and McIntyre for the because I think January 1st is a Monday.
Okay.
So I think that's when they're doing that title match with Drew and Seth. Which I was telling Carl, my assumption would be they're gonna do like Drew, Seth, and Jay for the title at Rumble. Just so they do something before they do him and Punk.
That makes sense.
So, I mean, the only other thing I'm curious as to see what all they set up for Elimination Chamber.
Oh no, the only thing between now and Rumble is NXT New Year's Evil.
Yep.
Yeah,
so
I think
no main roster pay-per-view till the Rumble, which is at the end of January.
I remember last year they were saying something about canceling pay-per-views in between Survivor Series and Rumble and Rumble and WrestleMania.
Usually December is Hell in the Cell. But I know Triple H isn't a big fan of the those themed pay-per-views like that, and I think that's one of the ones I got cut for this year.
Probably. To me, he shouldn't have a pay-per-view called Hell in the Cell.
No,
that's why I like No Way Out.
Yeah, Hell in the Cell. Like it's that Hell in the Cell. Like I agree with Triple H. The Hell in the Cell match is a feud-ending match. It's not a pay-per-view.
Yep.
Theme. So. You can see that, but the only one that they have, the only pay-per-views that they have that are still match themed that make sense are Elimination Chamber and Money in the Bank.
Yep.
Yeah.
Everything else has a different name now.
To me, they should get rid of those too.
Well, see, Elimination Chamber is generally what sets up your number one contender for whoever didn't get
It
picked
shouldn't. It
for Royal
shouldn't be
Rumble,
a.
so.
It shouldn't be a number one contender match. Should be
No, it needs to be a title match.
If a title ain't on the line, it shouldn't fucking exist.
I mean, that's
Yep.
what they usually do. So.
Yeah, I mean,
I know
I'm
what
curious.
they usually
Or they'll do.
I'm
They
curious.
did that.
I kind of feel like this year they're not going to do that because, I mean, they're going to have to do Ripley in that Elimination Chamber. She's wrestling at some point because it's literally in her hometown. So she's probably going to be in the chamber.
Oh,
and then, definitely. I mean, I don't know who you do for the other one. I mean, you could do Seth maybe.
We definitely won't get Roman in a chamber.
No, even though I think it would make sense because I think he's got more people that are coming for him than. I mean, not necessarily saying Seth doesn't, but I just think it would make more sense. But maybe you do. I don't know.
Or you do tag titles.
You could do. That's what they should do. Put them in there, but then put the bloodline in there too. So then it's like, you know what I mean? Like it's like you have a match before the match.
Well, they do Elimination Chamber Bloodline versus the OC.
No, maybe. You can have regular people in there, but like I said, like have Roman Reigns be in there and the title be on the line, but then like you have like the bloodline in there, so then it's like he has an unfair advantage. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. I think they should do a tag one again. I like that. The one they did. That was pretty awesome.
Yeah, they could do one of those. Which would probably be pretty good. I'm just trying to think. I mean, the only other one I could see them doing is I don't know, like what the whole like outcome of the.
Or just have one. You don't have to have a men's one. Just do Rhea Ripley at the main event.
They always do too. Which I agree.
I'd put Rhea the women's chamber if they do that for the women's world championship. I'd make that the main event.
Yeah, main event, and then don't have any other.
I think the only other one I could say that would make sense for them to do, but I just don't know title. That I actually was gonna say U.S. title, and the reason I say that is you got to remember Grayson Waller is gonna be wrestling too, because he's from Australia, so they're gonna get
unless they do a tag one and it's him in theory in there.
I mean, it's possible. Well, I'm just thinking, like, if you're thinking about, like, right now, how they have this U.S. title thing, they can have all those guys go after that.
Yeah.
And then,
Santos is taking that.
Having somebody, like, hopefully whoever wins is going to win, and it's not still given to fucking Logan Paul. I hope he loses it to whoever.
Yeah.
But I don't know if he will. But I also look at it as think of like a draw to fucking Australia with Logan Paul, regardless if you like the guy.
Oh, yeah, that would be insane.
So I think you got to do that.
Yep.
So, but that's what I would think is you do that instead.
That'd be pretty solid.
Yep.
Cool. So speaking of pretty solid. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, or what you could do is have like a cage inside of like a Hell in a Cell, and now they have like that dog pound match. But since you're in like Australia, have like crocodiles.
Fuck that!
I have fucking kangaroos. Yep, kangaroos.
Kangaroos are assholes.
Absolute assholes, and they'll fucking beat the shit out of you too.
I actually petted a kangaroo.
I think Matt Hardy owns a kangaroo. He's got like a zoo on his property.
There was a
kangaroo and a giraffe.
Yeah, the giraffe was Abraham Lincoln in another life, I believe.
Yeah.
There used to be a zoo, or I don't think it was like technically a zoo, but there used to be a place in Kentucky called Kentucky Down Under. I went one time, and they had kangaroos, and I petted a kangaroo at Kentucky Down Under.
They try to punch you in the face.
No, it was pretty chill.
They must have had it tranked. Unless it was born in captivity. That could be too. Oh man, something that wasn't chill though. Samoa Joe and Hangman Page kicking off Dynamite, where Joe basically blamed Hangman for taking out MJF the week before.
Can I just say that I don't watch AEW because it's been boring lately.
I mean, the only thing they have going that's been decent is the Devil storyline, and that's pretty much it. And if it ends up being fucking Jungle Boy, I'm done watching.
I saw that. I saw that. And I was like, who the fuck thinks this shit's Jungle Boy?
Yeah. Oh, because it was a glass beer bottle. Oh, it's because he threw him through a glass table. Oh, it's because he threw him into a glass windshield. It doesn't make sense in this storyline for it to end up being fucking Jack Perry. Like, it makes absolutely no sense at all for anything that they've been doing over the last 6 months of the storyline.
But it's Tony Khan, so it probably will be.
Yeah, it probably changed. One day he, had his nose in some powder and came up and said, "Let's make it Jack Perry."
Or as Carl said, it might not be Jack Perry, but it will be.
Yeah. Oh, the other thing with Dynamite 2 that kind of pissed me off was Swerve losing the Mox.
Yeah. I mean, Swerve is like one of the biggest things you have going right now, and I wouldn't kill his push. Like,
well, that's what Tony Khan does, though. Like, look what he fucking did with the Acclaimed, the hottest fucking tag team on your roster, and then they lost the titles to the Guns. Like, what did that do for the Acclaimed? Absolutely nothing. And now they're AEW Trios champions. When's the last time they fucking wrestled?
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I did not like that match. It was good up until maybe like the last 5 minutes. And it just seemed like that finish wasn't supposed to be the finish for that match. Like, it seemed like awkward. So, compared to the rest of the matchup. I don't know. I don't think Moxley needs to win this tournament. I don't think he even needs to be in the finals of the tournament. Like, if you're going to have anybody win, it needs to be Swerve.
The real question is, how do you have fucking Mark Briscoe and Jay Lethal with 0 wins?
I'm still trying to fucking figure that one out, too. Like, they're not Tony Khan's favorite action figures. They're not Tony Khan's favorite action figures at the moment. Like, so they're not going to get any wins. Like, I swear to God, like, Tony Khan gets a hard on every time John Moxley walks through the crowd.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Which I'm sorry to say, not trying to profile, but I think John Moxley is a little bit scary looking of a dude, especially because he bleeds all the time, than Phillip Brooks. Just saying.
Yeah.
He's not scary.
I'm not saying that he is, but if you're comparing those two people,
I would still probably be more scared of. Like, if I met both of them in the alley, I'd be more scared of Punk than I would be of Moxley. Looks like a dork. You know what I mean? Like, he's never looked badass to me. Like,
I got you.
He looks like a dork. He carries himself like a dork. Like, I mean, he carries himself like a dork that's trying to be a badass. Like, the way he walks, like, everybody walks like a fucking.
You're talking about Moxley, right? And this fucking zombie walk thing that he does.
Yeah, he does. It's like, dude, you're not cool, and it's not scary or nothing.
At least I know, like, Punk could actually beat my ass. Like he's got like a martial arts background. He's fucking,
and he's got like
Carl, I forgot to show Chris the picture I saw. I saw a picture, Chris, of it was what Seth Rollins' stipulation is going to be when he races CM Punk, and he was gonna wrestle him in an octagon.
All right, man. You know, yeah, he went 0-2, but hey, at least he tried. What's more you can say for some people?
I mean,
Well,
to not be
we
like
can't-
trained.
You know,
in
we
it.
can't all be Jake Hager and be undefeated in MMA.
Yeah, we're not in the UFC.
I know.
It's like,
Bobby Lashley looked okay too when he wrestled fight.
I
when he
mean,
fought.
at least Lashley was in a company that people have heard of with Bellator. Like,
Yeah.
at least they were somewhat on TV. That's pretty much all I got. Like, besides, like, you know, the devil laying out Hangman, you know, putting him through the car windshield, which prompted everyone. It's Jack Perry. It's real glass. Cry me a river.
Yeah.
Fucking stupid. So that's pretty much it for instant replay. Huh? You guys got anything else to add or?
Uh-uh.
I don't think so. SmackDown was pretty good. We got Orton laid out the challenge to the Reigns. Got some good qualifying matches. Some good shit.
Nice. All right, cool. Well, let's head over to the wrestler of the week this week, which is all random. And our random wrestler of the week is William Regal.
Oh shit!
I couldn't even pick a match because William Regal is so fucking awesome. So, but honestly, if I had to pick one, God, it's so fucking hard.
Goldberg.
Regal and Goldberg. William Regal and Daniel Bryan.
Yeah, that's
Oh yeah,
good.
that was a hell of a match. Oh yeah,
Which is probably like one of the best matches in that time frame for WWE.
oh yeah.
I'd probably say that one. If you can find it, look for it. I'll see if I can hunt it down. But I'm sure you can find it on the cock. Awesome. All right,
Sure
Garrett,
you
wanna
can,
do
but
a
it'll
quiz?
probably take you an hour and a half to find it. Do what?
Awesome. You want to do your quiz this week, or you want to skip it?
I got a quiz. I made a quiz for you.
Okay.
I'm currently driving, so you're gonna have to bear with me.
G Money's quiz.
G-Money's quiz. All right, so our quiz this week is gonna be. I'm gonna give you a specific title, and I'm gonna give you two wrestlers, and you gotta tell me which of the two wrestlers has won that title the most. Does that make sense?
When you say most, you mean like different reigns or like days as champion?
No, like different reigns. So like won the title multiple times.
So it'd be like,
like-
Intercontinental title, Chris Jericho, Jeff Hardy.
Right. Kind of. Yeah.
So who won the title the most amount of times?
Yeah, but like you couldn't say like Honky Tonk Man, even though Honky Tonk Man was like champion for.
Yeah, it's not like number of days. It's number of
It's just
reigns.
number of reigns.
Okay.
Right. All right. So the first one I got on here is U.S. Championship, and your two people to pick from are AJ Styles and Booker T.
Booker T.
Booker T.
Yep. Booker T had 4. AJ Styles has 3.
Yeah, because you gotta go back to WCW with that one.
I got IC title, Intercontinental. You got Wade Barrett or Kofi Kingston.
Oh, I'm gonna go Kofi.
We'll go Wade Barrett.
Wade Barrett is correct. He has 5.
Wow.
Kofi Kingston has 4.
Close.
Yeah, it's very close. Also sticking with IC, Jeff Hardy or John Morrison.
Jeff Hardy.
Jeff Hardy.
Yep, same numbers, 5 and 4.
Oh wow.
All right. World Heavyweight Championship. We got Triple H or Randy Orton.
When
Triple
we're
H.
saying world heavyweight. We're talking about
Big
the
Gold
big
belts.
gold, or are we talking about we're including WWE championships?
No, it's just big gold. So just the world heavyweight.
And not including the WWE championship right before they merged,
Correct.
or are we already including that?
I don't believe so. It should just be the big gold.
Okay.
I'm going Triple H.
I think this is kind of a trick question because I want to go Triple H too. But how many of those was the WWE title and not the world? I'll go Triple H. Fuck it.
All right. Triple H is correct. He had 5. Orton had 4. Don't worry, they're not all 5 and 4. I promise. All
Yeah,
right,
because
now
the
we're
world
doing-
heavyweight title, Big Gold, was all just on Raw, and that title was like brought in specifically to give to Triple H.
Right, I remember this. So now we got WWE Championship. We got The Rock or Stone Cold.
Stone Rock. The Rock.
I feel like it's close. I'm gonna say The Rock too.
The Rock is correct. The Rock actually has 8 titles. Stone Cold with 6. Sticking on the same title, we got Roman Reigns or the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels.
Michaels.
WWE title.
WWE titles.
And not counting Universal titles, right?
Uh-uh.
Alright. I can go Shawn Michaels.
You are both wrong. It is Roman Reigns with 4.
What?
Yep.
Wow.
Michaels, how many times did Michaels have the WWE championship?
He had it 3 times.
We might have to look that up. I don't
Well,
believe
y'all can fact
3
check
times?
it if you'd like. Yes. 3 times.
And he won it from Brett.
He won it from Brett twice. He won it from Brett at the screw job, and then he won it from WrestleMania. Didn't he win the Iron Man match? And then he beat Psycho Sid, right?
Yeah, the Iron Man match was the one where he was like crying at the end. That's where he like zip lined from the ceiling.
Mm-hmm. And then I want to say he beat Psycho Sid, right? Or Psycho Sid beat him.
I think Sid beat him.
So maybe he had it from Bret Hart previously. Huh? Trying to think. I just feel like he had it more than 3 times. And then he won it at Elimination Chamber, right? Or no, he won Big Gold at Elimination.
Yeah, that's world heavyweight. Yeah, 4-time world champion, 3-time WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Yeah.
No. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Y'all done fact checking me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, it was just kind of odd that he was the like 3.
Yeah,
It's funny
Yeah, I
though
feel
when
like
you get
more-
to like certain people, you're like, shit. I feel like they won it a lot more, and then you realize they haven't won it as much as you think.
Yeah, because like that goes back to like days as champion. Like he probably has
Right.
like way more days as champion. Well, I don't know Roman Reigns.
It's just like something that always that cracks me up is like, you think of Becky with like the Raw women's title, but she's only had it like 2 times, but she held it for freaking forever. So you think she had it a lot more. Oh.
Okay.
All right. NXT Championship, because y'all going to be great at this one. Samoa Joe or Adam Cole, baby?
Samoa Joe.
Joe.
Yeah. 3-2. Yeah. All right.
I'm saying like his Joe was like the first multi-time.
Yeah, he was. And the hardest one of all, help you make you guys think. tag team championships. So tag team championship counts all versions of the tag team. So like your world tag teams, your Raw, SmackDown, all those. You got Kane and you got Matt Hardy.
Kane, the wrestler, like Kane and Matt Hardy.
Yep.
Kane.
And it's definitely Kane.
I like how y'all thought that so quickly. It is Kane. Kane has 11, and Matt Hardy has 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, because most Matts were with Jeff.
Yep.
Except for the one time he won the tag titles with two times, because he won one with Bray and then he won one with MVP.
Montel Vontavious Porter.
Yeah,
he won one with someone else too, I think.
He won it with Shannon Moore, right? Or
I
no?
think so.
Tatanka.
Oh,
Tatanka.
yeah. Tatanka.
Yeah, that was the other one. Yep.
It was somebody random.
Tatanka's like last run in WWE.
I knew it was somebody random.
Because Kane was like RVD, Hurricane, Undertaker, Big Show,
Daniel Bryan.
Daniel Bryan.
Yeah.
So.
X-Pac.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had a bunch.
I wouldn't be surprised if him and Mankind won the tag titles. It's just like,
yeah.
just fucking everyone. So,
Yep.
I mean, Kane and tag teams is like a doorknob. Everyone gets a turn.
Yep. Well, that's my quiz.
Awesome. All right, so there is that. Let's head up over to everyone's favorite segment, where I get to sit and not say anything for 20 minutes. No holds barred.
No holds barred. No holds barred. No holds
I want to start off no holds barred by saying.
Actually, Carl, hold on. I would like to formally start off no holds barred with an apology. Carl, I'm sorry. I doubted your Tennessee Titans last week. They did it. I'm so proud of you and your team. And I formally apologize for saying they're a shitty team. They're not for a week.
Okay. I appreciate that. I want to start off by saying RIP to a Titan legend, Frank Wycheck. Garrett, you probably know him as the guy that threw the lateral for the Music City Miracle. Chris, you probably know him as a wrestler in TNA. At the beginning.
Oh no, the only one I knew was Pac-Man Jones.
Yeah, he was around at that time too. But yeah, Frank, he fell at his house in Chattanooga, passed away.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah. Yeah.
Rest in peace to him, and rest in peace to Andre Bauer.
Yep.
I forgot he passed away.
Yeah.
Speaking of football, what about your boy crying about the fucking offsides?
Maybe he needs glasses next time.
The refs ain't called out on me my whole entire career. I'm like, damn, dude. I can understand if it was like
wine.
It feels like a little but he was like way offsides. Like clearly, and it was like, and they threw the flag before the play, so it ain't like they knew that the play was like a result of it or something. Like, and to be honest, like if I'm being perfectly honest, I think Travis Kelce doesn't do like the only reason why Travis Kelce did that is because he saw the flag and thought it was a free play because he thought they was calling it on the defense.
Yeah, probably. I mean, that's what I would have thought too.
Or he's got too much Taylor on the mind.
Yeah. Well, he threw a touchdown, but it got called back because of offensive offsides.
Swifty interference.
Damn. Speaking of that, dude, what about last night? What the hell happened to fucking Chargers, dude?
You see, they fired their head coach and their GM.
I would bet, dude, you get beat that bad, fucking by the Raiders. It's not like it's not like the Kansas City Chiefs came out.
Carl, so Chris, so you get some context. The Chargers played the Raiders last night. They lost like 63-21. It was fucking ridiculous. It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
It was like a college game, man.
I know from listening to other podcasts like the Run-In that the Raiders haven't been a very solid team this season.
Yeah,
that's pretty bad.
Yep. Yeah, if you want context, the Raiders lost last week 3-0. So
what the fuck? How do you lose in a 4-quarter game? How the fuck do you not score nothing and let the other team score 3?
Yeah.
Yep.
The fuck was that? A field goal and a conversion?
Yep. And then put up 60 plus points the following week. Yeah, tell me about it.
Jesus Christ.
Yep.
Oh my god, that's fucking terrible.
Yep.
Any of y'all got plans to see Iron Claw? Or?
I had some follow up for that. Thanks for reminding me. I forgot what I had follow up for. A24, the publishing studio for that, signed a deal with who they just signed a deal with?
Zac Efron.
Streaming service. Warner Brothers Discovery. So when Iron Claw hits streaming, it'll be on HBO Max.
Okay.
Nice.
Also,
to kind of talk about wrestling, did I not see? I don't know if I just saw this and it was wrong. And there like a AJ Lee documentary coming out, or something like that.
It's a possibility. I wouldn't be surprised.
I know that she was on a on a podcast recently because they asked her about Punk coming back and what her thoughts on it.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. Like I'd watch it. So
the real question is, when is she coming back?
She's I don't think she can wrestle anymore.
Yeah, do you know how many people they've said can't wrestle anymore and they still wrestle?
I mean, I think she's got like something really like serious to the point where she can't.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm not 100% sure on that one. No, because like she went to because she was on Women of Wrestling, but she was like the commissioner.
Yeah,
like, she didn't do anything like actually physical in the ring.
Yeah. I don't know, but that was like the same thing with Paige.
Yeah. It all depends on what like the actual injury was, because like Paige and Edge and Daniel Bryan all had like issues with, like neck and spine, and the rehab and stuff helped. So I guess it just depends on what the extent of her injury is. There might be one of those things too, where if she takes a bump wrong, she might be paralyzed. Because even her when she was on heels, like she didn't take any bumps in the ring. They actually had a stunt double that did all that for her.
I mean, to be technical, like anybody could have a botch and be paralyzed.
Yeah. Yeah, so that was the fault for the A24 stuff, but yeah, I do want to see Iron Claw. Like, granted,
yeah,
I've heard I said last week. I don't know. Like,
yeah,
like I didn't really watch the Von Erichs a whole lot besides like the Texas Tornado, but that was like the extent of my exposure to the Von Erichs. But anytime that there's something like this, that's like giving you like the backstory of like the family and all that other stuff. It's like the Page movie, the Fighting My Family. Like I watched that. So, but I'll definitely check this out too.
Yeah, I've heard mixed reviews.
I'll wait for it to hit HBO Max.
Yeah, it's either everybody's favorite movie or the worst movie ever. So.
Yeah, and I think the people that are like, "Oh, the movie's so awesome," are probably the ones that have a connection to the Von Erichs.
Yeah,
or like anything like that. So it'd be like the same if like they made a movie about the freaking Legion of Doom and be like, "Oh, this is the greatest movie ever." So, but I'm trying to think of anything else I've come across this week.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, I have that coming up in a couple weeks here. Speaking of that end of the year stuff, I think the New Year, the first episode of the New Year, we'll be doing our picks for the 2023 in review. So like best feud, best wrestler, all that fun stuff. So I'm gonna make it the annual WrestleGeddon Awards.
All right.
So.
The worst wrestler of all time goes to Orange Cassidy because Carl hates him. Carl, we're just going to have all these things, and Carl's going to be like, worst title reign, Orange Cassidy. Worst gimmick, Orange Cassidy. Worst male wrestler, Orange Cassidy. Worst female wrestler, Orange Cassidy.
No, I think that one would go to Britt Baker.
I
think she's had one match this year.
I don't know if I hate him that much, but
I know. I'm just
I don't particularly care for her.
Oh, awesome. Oh, good stuff. Good stuff. Good shit. All right. You guys have anything else for No Holds Barred? Or?
I think so.
Man. Good.
All right. Let's take it home here with the theme of the week this week, which was randomized, and it came up with Adam Rose.
Adam Rose, all right. My favorite theme song ever.
Don't be a lemon, be a rosebud.
Yeah.
Da, 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 da. Whoa. Oh, awesome. Cool. Well, that's going to do it for us for this week then. Thank you guys for checking us out. We do appreciate it. Either listening to us on your favorite podcast streaming app or watching the video on YouTube. Like I said, greatly appreciate it. Make sure you follow us on all of our other social media outlets. You can find the links for those in the link tree in the episode description, as well as our merch store, which is redbubble.com/people/WrestleGeddonPod, which that link is in there as well. Buy a t-shirt, buy some stickers, buy some fun stuff. I believe Redbubble is running still some kind of discount, either like 40% or 20% or something like that for the holiday season, so check that out. And that's going to do it for us. On behalf of myself, Chris the Heat Matthews, Garrett G Money Mun, and the Tennessee Jesus Carl Crossland, this is episode 214 of your WrestleGeddon podcast, and we'll chat with you all next week. Later, Marks.
Later, alligator.
After a while, crocodile.
going down.